Welcome back to me jamming games. I'm trying out Standard. There's been a lot of bans. Hopefully the format is more fun to play now. This is mono red. This deck was $16 for the whole thing, and it's just essentially, I guess Monastery Swiftspear is legal in Standard. Lots of good mono red stuff. They banned a bunch of things out of the best mid-range deck, and that should favor the aggro decks in the format. Fun fact, if you want to play Standard on MTGO, you have to go to a league because there's just no one playing in the Standard like tournament practices, and it's pretty hard to find an opponent there too. So Standard doesn't look like it's doing great on there either. Wizards is trying to bring it back. We'll see if banning these cards makes it more pleasant. Let's try this deck out. All right, we have found a match and we're on the play, which is huge for mono red. This hand seems great. Maybe I should have mulliganed to 4-land hand, huh? But I guess I can turn these into Sokensons if I want to. Let's open with a Swiftspear. Seems like we're in the mirror match. Okay. I think being on the play is huge here. Strangle his Swiftspear and then slam my Ronin to get in for 2. I think that's fine. I think I just want to keep pushing damage with this Ronin and now with this Antagonize. Let's see if I can win this race. This invasion does 4 damage to an opponent too, so I am almost presenting lethal here. This deck is crazy. Alright, okay. Let's try an invasion. Does 4 damage to target opponent. That is wild. So I'm going to do 4 damage to opponent. And then I'm going to get in with this Ronin to put him down to 1 so that my Kumano is lethal next turn. Can an opponent do 15 in a single turn? Let's find out together. Kumano takes it. Okay, so I have a bunch of stuff in my sideboard. What do these do? Not for this matchup. I don't mind Ren's Resolve here. Urbrask Forge seems like it's for the control matchup, not for this one. Nahiri's Warcrafting is kind of for the mid-range matchup. I might want some costs in this thing. So I like having removal for his creatures. I don't know how good... So I haven't played too much of the mono red mirror match. I think you want to keep most of your removal, because all of your burn is removal spells. The Feldons draw you cards. I'm on the draw, so I need my reactive stuff. Maybe I'm going to put a bunch of, because I think that in Standard you can't just burn your opponent out from infinite life. You have to answer the creature. So I'm going to take out my Feldons because I think that I'm not going to be the attacker. I'm going to take out a couple reinforced Ronins. And I'm going to play more removal spells and more Planeswalkers, and let's see if that kills me. This hand is fine. I said I wanted a hand full of not spells, or not creatures, but this is what I got. So let's go. Double Bloodthirsty Adversary. What does this guy even do? So, I mean, hopefully I can get to 5 mana so I can recast a spell that I haven't drawn yet. So I do think I need to be blocking right here. I'm just going to play this as a 3-3 and then just be happy to block. No, I don't want to pay 3. I would. I just don't, it's not the right time. This game may come entirely down to who's on the play and who's on the draw. I'm going to take 4 down to 12. I think I'm just going to play a bunch of dudes with the plan of blocking here. Because I can get these Phoenix Chicks back if I need to. I don't think I want to attack here. Alright, so I've got to trade off. Oops, I guess I didn't block anything. Okay. I somehow just passed my entire turn there. Didn't 100% mean to do that. Opponent has 1 card in hand. I can go Lightning Strike Adversary. So I think I should Lightning Strike something now if I'm gonna. Oh, Chicks can't block. I didn't even read my cold cards. Well, that entire line was really poor then. So let me see if I can get out of this safely here by just slamming some dudes. Blocking someone. I thought I just didn't read the card, I guess. So opponent's going to put me down to 2. I do control enough basic lands to get around this, but he does have a 3-3. Gosh, this is tough. So I'm going to have to start with the Nahiri's Warcrafting on the Punisher. I don't know if I have outs here. Looking at these cards. Yep. So let's see if he finds anything with Feldon that just kills me. Strangle. That's fine. So I'm going to go to... he can kill me here. Okay, that's it. So I don't like these adversaries. They are 2 mana 2/2s. The game is not fast enough for them to do anything else. It's a 3 mana 2/2. Slightly worse. I'm on the play though, so I can be the fast one this time. So let's take out these costs and let's see if I can't just put my opponent in the ground real fast. I'm going to take a Squee, a Feldon, and these reinforced Ronins. Alright, let's try it this way. I'm going to play a Swiftspear on 1, and then I'm going to play with fire my opponent on my own upkeep to make sure I draw a second land. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. And by make sure I draw a second land, I mean I'm going to scry 1. Put that on top. I don't know if it's better to play the Kumano or the Ronin here. I think they're both fine. I'm going to play the Kumano. Why? I don't know. It's the same amount of damage, and it saves me a mana on my next turn, so if I draw a land, I can cast this Nahiri's Warcrafting. Alright, I talked myself into it. Happy with that. I can play this Ronin and get in for 3, or I can cycle the Ronin on the end of my next turn. I think I'm kind of in a bad way of missing this land drop here. Ideally, I would be killing this Monastery Swiftspear. I think I'm going to get in for 3. I'm going to get in for 3. That may be the wrong choice, and my opponent might kill me. We'll find out. So I don't think I have a choice. I think, well, do I have a choice? I think I just have to Nahiri's Warcrafting here. I don't think my opponent can kill me from 10 with the amount of mana he has, but I could be wrong. I have 6 points of burn in my hand. I'm just going to keep trying to keep myself alive here. So I'm going to kill his dude. Sure, and I'll take a land out of that pile. and then get in with this Reinforced Ronin here. And so I have the mana and the spells to put lethal on board next turn. Never mind, I was kidding. So I'm going to go 4 to my opponent, and I'm going to do 1 to his Punisher, because it's a 3/3. This buys me a couple more turns, but I don't know if I actually win the game if I do this. If I put my opponent, my opponent probably has enough damage to just kill me if I go to 1. So I'm going to have to make him do a little more work, and then try and draw, I guess, a creature, Koth, something? I don't have Koth in the library, actually. Brick. No. I have to play with fire his dude, because otherwise he kills me. He's got to have so many things just in the game right here. I don't know what could be in his hand if it doesn't kill me. Go to 1, sure. So if he kills this Feldon here, I get to draw a bunch of cards, which is likely a best case scenario. Gosh, this game is so close. I don't know, what 4 cards does he have that don't kill me? I do not know what they could be. I mean, Squee is lethal. No burn spells there, unfortunately. Oh my goodness, please, reveal hand. Let me ask. Opponent's not going to reveal hand. I don't know what he could have. There's 6 cards in hand. He had 4 cards in hand before the game ended, and he just didn't kill me. On the play again. This hand is very good. Hopefully my opponent's not on burn. He's on something interesting. I've had a Swift Spear a lot of games. I always get suspicious when other players have Swift Spears every game. I've never been the burn man. Turns out you just have them a lot. Opponent down to 6. No land go. I am terribly suspicious. He says everyone running red. Opponent just skipped his first turn on accident. It's something that happens in Magic Online that never happens in real life. It's kind of funny how it would just never ever occur. Let's kill his dude. If I had drawn a land, I could have cast my Invasion of Vergatha there. Done 4 to him, 1 to his Skrelv, and then just been the smartest man in the contiguous 48. But I think I have to be happy with this. Thalia! So that was a weird... Huh. If I don't draw a land, I'm kind of in a bind, because I can't kill or attack through that. An opponent trick... What was I saying? What was I thinking? I don't know, and I apologize. It was frivolous. So Thalia is a weird enough, like, the standard is a weird format, because your cards aren't all good. In other formats, every card in your deck is good, but in standard, there's a disparate card quality where you're playing some crap sometimes, and you have to, like, this weird interaction, you have to hold your play with fire for Thalia if you're short on mana, because she might make Lightning Strike cost too much. Surprised? So that's a 3/1. Invasion of Vergatha does 4 damage to an opponent and 1 damage to a creature. I don't know if you can draw it up any better than that. So we got very lucky that our opponent just let us take a free turn. Now, Lithomantic Barrage, I've read most of this card. Seems like it does damage to white creatures. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does, buddy. What's not good here? I don't like Reinforced Ronin because it doesn't get tough, and he has a bunch of dudes on the floor. And I do like Strangle, though. Give me that back. Where's it? Where is it? All right, I'm on the draw. Do you change things on the draw? I don't know. I got a lot of guys in my store play Burn exclusively. I don't play very much at all. Feldon, I think you can get some free value out of. These pump spells do damage. So my tendency when I play mono red is always to turn into mono red mid-range. You know what? This guy is kind of a low to the ground creature deck. I'm going to try this out. I'm going to bring in a bunch of my mono red mid-range stuff because I do think that he can make my life miserable by gumming up the board. And I just got lucky that he skipped one of his turns that game because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to put the screws to him the way I was able to. Sure, Urask Forge, get in there. Never read you. Let's try you out. That's what we're here for, trying some stuff out. This hand is incredibly reactive, but I get a 2/2 Phoenix Chick on turn 2. That's pretty tight. I don't think he has too many flyers in this deck. Well, here we go. Kumano, ready to fight Kukazan. Lithomantic Barrage is actually a pretty cool card. I could see using it in other formats to kill like big Teferis and stuff. Invasion of Gobakon. Come on. So if I can take my chick, you can take my chick. You took my chick. Another creature. That's a land. Okay. Can I Lightning Strike an Invasion? I don't know. I never tried. I'm going to try it right here just to see. I'm not actually going to do it. I'm just going to see if I can click it. Another Invasion. I can't target an Invasion with a Lightning Strike. That's just good to know. Okay, cool. So my opponent has successfully taken several cards out of my hand. There's a Koth. That's pretty cool. This guy does stuff, huh? Yeah, that guy's cool. All right, so I'm just going to cast my Phoenix Chick for the full price of 3 mana. I don't think he can make a hasty man to attack his invasions. So these are pretty good. Recruitment officer is fine. I'm going to strangle it. It is a 2/1 though. So let's just invade Regatha and see where this goes. 4 there, 1 there. How about? That's just very, very good. Just my goodness, that's just very good. I think I just want to attack my opponent. I don't know if you ever get the man out of this thing. Yeah, I don't really want to do that. I'm just going to attack my opponent. Dude, that was an instant? Oh, guys, flash. Neat. Oh, I guess he can attack these now. Let's see if he can get in enough to get one of these light shield arrays. Whoa! Opponent is going all the way intrepid. I've never seen one of these guys do anything special. He's going to get it in. So he's kind of doing okay. The question is, can I just kill him? That's what mono red always tries to do. My opponent has kind of stabilized the board, and now I just have to kill him. That's it. That guy has lifelink, so I probably got to kill him pretty good. So I'm playing a cop. I think I might have to actually play this game for a little bit longer. I could have tried to sneak some damage in, but he would have made his thing hexproof and indestructible. Yeah. So me taking damage off of this is going to stink. I'd love to find out a way to get around that if I could. Let's start by strangling it and see if he sacks his thing out. His light shield array. If more of my spells were... I guess I could have cast my... No, I couldn't because I didn't have enough mana. This costs 4... I have 1 instant speed removal spell, and I didn't have enough mountains to cast my sorcery and then my instant response to his light shield array. So that just stinks. Opponent has interesting choices to make about where he attacks here. So I got 2 coming at Koth, 1 coming at Invasion. If I can keep him... He's going to go to 12. Hold on, I got to think this through. If I keep him from killing the Invasion, that means that all of my removal spells are live next turn. If I can keep the Koth, that means that I have 3 removal spells. He can blank 1 of them. I have to keep him off the Invasion. Can he not block? Yeah, he can block. I'm always surprised by that. Sudden creatures just can't block. I could kill this, but then he gets the Invasion to protect these 2, but these aren't nearly as good. Actually, that might have been better, because I could have traded here. Then one of my removal spells takes the Invasion, the other one takes the, yeah, that might have been better. And I would have still had my Koth. All right, I'm coming around to it. So let's try a Lithomanic Barrage here. And let's try I'm going to try an expensive Lightning Strike. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to clean up his board. So I'm going to kill this guy, and I don't want him getting his Invasion back. So I'm just going to kill all this stuff. And I'm going to attack. I mean, I guess I attack. I think the clock is faster if I attack the Invasion, honestly. Do not play another Resolute Reinforcements. Brutal Cathar. Okay, well, I can kill it. I was going to Lightning Strike my Invasion, but now I guess I'm not. Do you have a protection spell? This deck has to run protection spells. I'm going to attack Zeph. Gosh, this is tough. I'm going to attack Zephyr. So I can play my Invasion next turn, do 4 damage to that Invasion, and then attack this Invasion and have another 4/4. I think that's better than just doing damage to his life total. He seems to be bricking in a big way. I don't know what he could possibly have over there. So let's start with this one. I'm going to do 4 damage here. That also means my Lightning Strike does 5 damage. So I can liberate my second Invasion on his instep, which is kind of nice. If he doesn't play a creature, I just have lethal here, so I might not even make my Invasion. Gosh, he's drawn 8 lands. Okay, I'm just going to attack my opponent. Okay, so he has hexproof and I can't do damage to him. That's weirdly good. Man, that's crazy. My opponent says creatures LOL reading. All right, man, I think he's making fun of me for being a dumb mono red player. That's funny. I didn't know what Surge of Salvation did until right now. I am on the play again. 3 in a row. This deck is unbeatable when I am on the play. Do I keep this hand? No, I don't. I got 2 Monastery Swift Spears. That's the thing about it, though. I'm going to mulligan it. I mulliganed it. I know. I'm upset as well. I'm going to put a land on the bottom. My opponent, very cleverly, went with a Kumano on 1, Monastery Swift Spear on 2 to make it a 2/3 permanently. I might do the same thing, but with Felden, my boy, because it lets me draw cards if he dies. My opponent takes more damage, actually. Yeah, let's try this one. I don't need this extra land. Thank you. I appreciate the offer. I just had too many. I already had a land today. My opponent's taken a really long think now that I played Kumano faces Kakazan. I think everyone's tired of playing mono red in this format. Sorry, bud, it's $15. We're going to be playing this deck. Is it $15? It might not be. Maybe. Oh, this is red black. Hopefully it's red black. This is the deck that just ate a bunch of bans, and so should be back down to earth because it was too good for too long. Well, I think it's better to go Swift Spear into Phoenix Chick because it puts more creatures on the board for my opponent to answer. And I think he's probably, I guess if he answers things, I get to Felden. It's pretty close. Which one's better? Who knows? I'm going to have a hard time double spelling on my next turn, but I could also put him down to 6, which is nice. Opponent's on Mardu. Still playing Blood Tithe Harvester because the card is just excellent. I'm going to play Ronom here and see if he wants to get silly and give me something. I think the Ronom is the most attractive thing to block. We'll see what he does. Okay. Willing to trade off there. Cool. Good. This deck's neat because if my opponent doesn't answer the board in a big way, I am going to kill him on my next turn. Went down to 9. Needed that colored mana. Oh no, a non-damage removal spell. So I don't draw any free cards. I'm worried he has a removal spell, and so I'm going to save this Antagonized for when he's tapped out and I have flying attackers. Shieldred, as always, is his best draw. Oh, he discarded. He's playing a weird one. Sure. Blood Tithe Harvester out of opponent. Now I have a Bloodthirsty. I'm just going to attack with everything. I think he's going to try and kill something to save some life total. Let's see. I'm going to get greedy and not play the card at the right time. Okay, here's a 2-2 with haste. Oh, it's a 2-2 with haste! Gosh, I should read these cards all the way through. 2-2 with haste, you say. My opponent could be at 1. Let's just imagine that. I was texting in my defense. My opponent's a little choked on lands, which is unfortunate. Wow. So he's playing a bunch of high mana stuff. I don't know what the payoff is here, but it's a bunch of expensive creatures. None of them are red. He is playing removal spells, so I don't terribly mind having a squee down here. I don't mind an Urabrask. I think if the game goes long enough for this to do anything, I'm gonna die. So I think that I might just have gotten lucky and I'm playing against someone that I want to play against. I'm gonna cut an antagonize or two, and I'm gonna cut those 2 antagonizes because why cut? Because you can kill my creatures. If he plays a lot of removal spells, my pump spells are bad, so I might as well get them out of the deck. The nice thing about red is that all your hands are just great. Like every single hand is the best. Maybe Strangle's not the best thing here. Play something I can strangle, actually. This is the new thing. Strangle Phoenix Chick. Unbeatable. Or nothing, even nicer. Goodness gracious. Mono red is a consummate delight. So I'm going to discard this Ronin, because I don't think it does too much. I'm going to play Squee and attack him with everything. Him making me sack a creature doesn't do all that much. And him making me discard a card, I don't really care. Because I don't think there's any 4-drops in my deck that I need to cast. Gosh, that's a really good draw. That's a real solid draw, actually. Okay, opponent. So I forgot you could sideboard cards in these matchups. That was very good. So I'm 1 mana short of taking Squee back. I think that I'm just going to, I'm going to strangle his Liliana and attack for 2. Cut down. Man, this guy's good. Sure. Sheldra the Apocalypse? I can absolutely beat that. Absolutely for certain. I don't know what you guys thought was the problem here. I'm going to shoot him upkeep with Play with Fire to see if there's anything. That doesn't do anything. Monastery Swift Spirit does not help. Kumano does not help. I think the game has passed the point that I can win. He gains 2 a turn. I draw 1 card that does 2 a turn. He wins the game easily. He's going to go to 6. I don't know what I can draw to win this anymore. I think it probably overextended into that Brotherhood's End pretty badly. Yeah, I'm going to concede this one. Okay, so now we know what Urabrask Forge is for. It is for decks like that one. Nahiri's Warcrafting is against these things that we have to acknowledge my opponent has. The Squee was fine, but I wasn't super wild about it. Adversary is likely too slow. I kind of want to get my curve back down so I can just kill my opponent to death. I'm going to try it like this. I have 1 top-end removal spell, but also just all my fast craps in. I don't like this hand. I need a creature. I do like this hand, but I need a land. This is the Goldilocks amount of things. I'm going to put 2 lands on the bottom and then never draw a 3rd one. Because if I could hit all my stuff on curve, that'd be great. Oh, I don't need my upkeep stop anymore. I'm going to go Kumano 1-1 because my guy, the dude I played against last round, did that. Seems smart. So Swift Spear here. So this is a good start. You know, happy with it, but I am completely out of cards now. Liliana, okay. Sacrifice my etching here. I'm trying to see if I have a way to kill my... Oh, so if I draw a land on my next turn, my opponent is dead. So let's play with fire and try and draw one of those. That, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to draw land because I really just want to end the game. I think that still wins. That's good. Yeah, I got it. World's luckiest man Steven on the play for the game round 4. I always want to keep these hands. I'm going to mulligan it. 2 lands. That's all I want. See? I can... This is fine. It's okay. Let's keep this 6 and put a land back. Kumano faces Kakazan. Typical start. Always good. I always wonder how decks of Antiquity would do against decks today, because this burn deck seems very good. What is this crap? Okay, this is some kind of Cars build. It's this thing in Magic Online, where if you put a card on the bottom of your library, it feels like you always just immediately redraw it, which I swear I just did. I put that mountain on the bottom of my library and just redrew it. I think I have a lot of it in my deck, but, you know, still mad. Hotshock Mechanic is a crazy card. I never knew there was a 1-mana 2-1 that had upside in this format. In white, no less. It's a better Savannah Lions. My opponent is taking his time deciding about whether or not to block this. I think this is a pretty bad matchup for me. If assuming he plays a bunch of mid-range vehicles, I'm going to have a hard time getting around him with my little crew of dorks. Okay, my opponent has decided no blocks. This guy's got really good mechanics on his team. So this is just a bunch of, I guess, mono-white dudes? Come on, invasion of something or other. That's what I really want to draw here. My opponent has the longest stops place on the least opportune places in my turn. Good pickup. I'm attacking because I can't not attacking. Opponent gets in for 3 there. Oops. Okay. He has 3 mana up. Let's see if he has a trick he'd like to play on me. If he's a tricky boy. I probably should have played this Antagonize when he was tapped out because I know that it's going to sneak damage in then. Is there an instant speed removal spell? I think there's like Swift Reconfiguration that turns it into a car or something. Let's see if he does anything before it blocks. So it's going to do 4 damage to him. If I make him a... Oh yeah, that does enough. Let's make him big and tough. He's a big strong boy now. Neat. So there's a 1 mana spell that makes red spells not do damage to a player on a turn. So I have to watch out for that. That card is kind of really insane against this deck specifically. Oh sure, not a big deal, bud. Something like that, don't bother me. So I have enough life that I don't think I need to kill his dudes. I have enough burn spells I can draw that just end the game. And I have 5 mana, so I think I can cast any 2 spells in my deck. So there's no reason to lightning strike him into turn. I'm trying to make sure I'm right about that, but I'm pretty sure I am. Burn spell. That was my attempt at a called shot, and it just didn't land because he doesn't let me draw my cards. Sure, I'll strangle your little elf, dude. I think I'm gonna hold this lightning strike. This guy, I have a 12 turn clock, but for swooping lookout puts in the business on me. No. I still think I'm better off if I just lightning strike him and take this 3. I'm gonna lightning strike him into turn. Does he have the spell? Nope, he doesn't. Maybe he just clicked through the turn though, and he does have the spell. No attacks, thanks. Maybe I shouldn't have cycled that blazing. I cycled a blazing crescendo, gave one of his creatures +3/+1 to draw a card, and maybe I shouldn't have done that. Gosh, Surge Engine's very good. I didn't know that card existed. So he's gonna attack me for 4 here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I have to block here because it doesn't keeps me from taking lethal for 1 more turn, which means I have a 1 more time to draw a mountain right on time. This is a game 1? I think it is, yeah. Rats. Oh yeah, that does kill me. That absolutely kills me, yeah. Alright, my opponent's playing white and blue, so Lithomantic Barrage is an easy include. What I don't like here, I don't particularly like the Ronin because it eats up my mana, and I do like my pump spells. I mean, he has so many like instant speed stuff. I'm going to drop 2 of these Antagonizes, and I'm going to bring in, I'm going to bring back 2 Reinforced Ronins. Okay, alright, man. I'm going to keep this. This is a land heavy hand, perhaps I shouldn't have kept. I just hate mulliganing right now. Phoenix should get in for 1. Kind of an interesting question of which is threats I can ignore, and like when to play this Antagonize, because I might just want to get the damage in right now. This is like just a Boros charm, essentially. I'm going to play this Kumano here. I could Antagonize. I don't think he has much interaction up for 1 mana, but I need to get the Kumano going because he can blink my creatures pretty fast. Sure, he has Spell Pierce. Great. Good to know. My opponent has the longest upkeep stops in the world, and so it's killing me. It is killing me. Let's strangle this. Do you have a Spell Pierce? I think he has a Spell Pierce, and he was just baiting on whether or not to use it, so I'm going to play this Adversary here. I would like to cast the Adversary for some value at some point in some game in my life. I just don't think I'm ever going to. I think it's always just going to be a 2 mana 2/2 with haste. This card is insane. I don't think you could ever do it for more than 1 spell in the graveyard, but even for 1 spell, it's pretty great. My opponent taking a long think. Let's see if they cast any spells this turn, just out of curiosity. Oh, sure. There's so many cards I've never heard of. Knockout Blow does 4 damage to a creature attacking or blocking creature and you gain 2 life. Okay, I guess that's a reason to keep Antagonize up. So opponent's going to get to take the Antagonize out of my hand. He's also at 19 life. How has this man's life total stayed so high for this entire game? I'm going to just cast this Antagonize, get some damage in. I think that this invasion, he has a lot of 1 toughness creatures. I think my invasion might be able to hit a 1 toughness dude next turn. That's something I'm interested in. Let's see if he wants to counter that Antagonize. All this really does is change his life total, to be fair. Second Knockout Blow. He's got it. Play something with 1 toughness, bro. Do it. I dare you. Cool guys would play a 1 toughness creature. Not a cool guy. So I wish I brought in more of my mid-range stuff now, because it's going to be tough. I'm just going to do damage to him. Oh, he's going to get this invasion of light minefield dudes coming around. Man. Okay. I guess against these decks you have to turn into mono red mid-range, and I just didn't do that enough because I thought I was on the play so I could still be the aggressor. Lithomantic Barrage is a sorcery. Won't do anything on this board. Alright. So if I get sideboard again, I definitely change a bunch of the cards in my deck to other ones. They only let you sideboard once, though. That's the thing. This card is very good. Dude, save your mana, make it blue. This Mistress Foundry is going to work me into the ground. We're going to kill that. I thought it was blue. It's not blue yet. Okay. Next level makes it blue. When does it become blue? The next level. So I should have saved that until my opponent did one more thing. Let's attack. I'm going to attack my invasion because it has to... His life total is irrelevant at this point. Okay, now it's blue. So if I hadn't made that massive, massive error on the last turn, I think I might still be in this game. Although this is... What's it called? It's getting enormous. Yeah, I think I'm dead. On the play. This is 5 games in a row I've done on the play. Exceptionally lucky. So I don't have a 1-drop here, but I do think this is good enough to make do with. Opponent's playing Delver. I think I just want to kill that because I have a bunch of mins in my hand. And I'm going to have something to do with my mana on every turn for the next whatever period of time. If he doesn't flip it, I get really greedy and invasion it. Oh no. If this chump doesn't have a Spell Pierce, I'm going to get him. Guys, everyone. There's functionally no way he doesn't have a Spell Pierce here, but I'm going to dare to dream. All upside, guys. Let me do it, bro. Let me do it. Be chill. Don't Spell Pierce it. Dude. Okay, so he bounced his own creature to save me from doing 1 damage to it. That's fine. I'm going to do 1 damage to Feldon. This is a neat interaction. What do you know? So I have a Phoenix Chick to cast on my next turn. Oh, for sure. Wow, this is neat. So I think I'm just going to send every single thing at the invasion. I think I'm going to cast this adversary too, because I think he would trade his Delver off to keep his invasion around. And I don't think he has a way of wiping the board. So I'm 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I could have attacked him, but now I have a 4/4. Think about that. That is a Hotijin indeed. Oh, I guess Kumano does 3 damage to him, huh? That's pretty cool. And let's reinforce my Ronin here. And then I can cycle my Ronin on my next turn if I need to. And we're just going to attack with everything. Opponent chooses these blocks. All right. Goes to 4. Probably could have played a little smarter last turn. Whatever. Thirst is fine. Hotijin makes instants and sorceries cost 1 less to cast. I had no idea. I thought Magic had glitched and he cast this for 2 mana somehow. I might cycle this Reinforced Ronin on instep depending on what he plays. It's probably not right as it represents a lethal attacker. Right? So let's think about this. He'll block this on my dude, this here, or this here. He'll take 3 and go to 1. If I cycle this, I get 2 draw steps to draw anything that does damage to him, because most of those kill him because of my man here. So I think I'm going to cycle my Ronin here. Drew a Mountain, ready for the backup mountain. It's going to punish me for this decision. Okay, great. Just superb. So I'm going to attack with, he might just go to 1 here. That might be the smart play. I guess I could attack with everything to get something through. He would have let the Feldon through though. So I have 5 cards to reveal to pick something that does damage to him. I'm going to take, if I take Bloodthirsty Adversary, I can cast Play with Fire again. Yay! Look at me, I did it. Let's see if I'm right about all of the things I just thought. So I'm going to pay 3 for Bloodthirsty Adversary. Paid 1 time. That's enough. And then we're going to cast Play with Fire, and we're going to target him. Let's put it on top. Still good. So that what's it called, attack was real cool. Lithomantic Barrage kills every creature in his deck. I think those are just better than Strangles. Reinforced Ronins I'm going to take out because he has a lot of ways to block them. I'm going to take 1 more out. I'm going to put that... I don't want that Strangle too. That's too many removal spells. He's got bounce spells, which I don't particularly enjoy. I'm on the draw, so let's bring in a bunch of removal. I know it's still going to take 2 cards out. Phoenix Chick is not great here. I'm going to take another Strangle out. I might be awful at sideboarding. We'll find out later. I'm going to keep this one. I'm not going to be happy about it, but I'm going to keep it. So I can Swift Sphere on 1 and then upkeep Play with Fire to try and draw my second land. I think if I have 2 lands, it unlocks the whole hand. I guess I can also get a draw step. Didn't draw it. Didn't bother me in the slightest. Play with Fire my opponent here. Bottom any non-land. Is he going to counter it? He knows I need this land. This guy is a real piece of work. Didn't draw the land, did not need it. That's fine. So I'm going to lose this game. Probably. Don't you do it! So make disappear my Swift Spear, and then Phoenix Chick starts getting in. Moment of Truth, a card I have never seen in my life. It's like a weird expressive iteration, like puts 1 in your hand, but it's an instant. Good trade-off. I'm going to attack, and if he tries anything silly, I'm going to let me get a bunch. So I'm going to try Blazing Crescendo here. Do you have it on summon? Lightning Strike until the end of my next turn? Cool. Wish he'd play a threat so I can kill it. He only has 2 cards in it. Did he mulligan to Oblivion? I might have missed that. No, he started with 7. He just is kind of not drawing any cards. So Hotijin is fine. I can let the Magic Barrage that happily. I'm going to Lightning Strike him just because I lose it if I don't. And then Phoenix Chick's going to get in for 1, I guess. No, I'm terrified of Tolarians. Gosh, he has a lot of those. Okay. Let's start by killing his flying blocker. Yeah, go with that. Feldon? No? I mean, I don't want to draw it. It goes with bottom of my library, I don't care. So I think I had to kill it there because he, his damage scales pretty aggressively to where he kills me faster than I kill him with stupid little Phoenix Chick. Opponent Thirst for Knowledges. That's a really good card. So we have the... I think I'm going to go with Feldon here because he's representing damage, but not a terrible amount. And I'm going to antagonize. I'm going to antagonize on my Phoenix Chick. Probably shouldn't have done that in open mana. My opponent's at 6. I have 7 points of burn in my hand. If he attacks, I think he's just... I mean, he has 2 cards to... No. Well, let's send in everybody. So, I mean, it is incredibly greedy for me to not try to just kill my opponent here. But I'm going to take the Lithomantic. I mean, what does it do? I'm going to take the Lightning Strike. I don't think he can beat all his burn. So I'm going to instep Lightning Strike him again. Because I don't... He's probably trying to find a counterspell. I have several lethal spells in my hand, though. I just need to resolve one of them. Opponent gets in for 5. I'm going to try this Lightning Strike instep. Yeah, that does it. All right. All right, so I am 4-1 with this pile, first time I ever played it. I learned a couple of my cards had haste. I think I probably could have done better a few games if I'd read them all the way through. So standard, I guess I didn't see the same deck a million times. I think mono red is everywhere now, and black, blue, red, or black, red is in the big deck to beat. So I felt like the format was really fun and interactive, but it might be because I'm just playing the best deck. So standard always changes. I had a nice time playing it. I'll try out another deck and see if I have an equally good time playing against this red deck. Thanks for watching. See you next time.